Cassandra, yet again, unfortunately. What do you think is the likelihood of the meltdown of the dollar? Is America going to be wiped out at some point soon?
I I don't want histrionics. I don't want to overdo it, and I also don't want to just jump to conclusions. My goal here is to show people how the machine works, the cause effect relationship. So I'm going to answer your question by explaining certain things. The dollar is held by countries in the form of debt. In other words, when you say I'm holding the dollar, you're holding a debt instrument. And when we have a problem with the debt instrument, a few problems with it, holding the debt instruments. Those problems are that, first of all, as a result of what the United States was in the world, the largest trading country, the dominant empire, and so on, there's been a huge accumulation of dollar-denominated debt in dollars, therefore. And there's also been a lot of deficits that had to be funded, which happens by selling dollar-denominated debt, which a lot of foreigners and banks and others bought. And so they have a lot of dollar-denominated debt. Now, if you're a creditor, meaning an owner of dollar-denominated debt, you need to have an interest rate that is high enough to more than compensate you for inflation. And so the production now of a lot more debt and them having a lot of debt, and then also sanctions internationally, which means freezing dollar-denominated debt, all have created a reduction in the demand for dollar-denominated debt. There's also, concerns in the world about some of the things that are going on in the United States, and that's reduced that. As a result of that, you're seeing more transactions take place in other currencies. And if they take place in other currencies, then others want to save in those other currencies because that's how they pay for it. So if you want to save in what you pay for, you save more in it and less in dollars. And so that's the dynamic that is reducing the demand for dollars and dollar debt at the same time as the supply of it keeps coming because we have large deficits.
So the underlying value that those dollars represent isn't increasing, but the number of dollars spread across that is.
Yeah. So that there's a supply-demand issue. That supply-demand issue, by the way, also exists in European currencies. Okay, they have too much debt and they're financed the same way, and Japanese currencies. And so what you're seeing is the movement, all that weight of money and debt is causing prices to go up, inflation. And that's also being worsened by the supply chain deteriorations that are due to the international conflict. So, for example, in the case of, let's say, China and the United States and other countries, as they prepare for the possibility of war, they want to be self-sufficient. And so, as a result, they work on being self-sufficient more than integrated and efficient. And so that dynamic is playing an important role too.